So now it's set that Chelsea are willing to sell Hakim Ziyech and they are openly listening to offers. I told you guys this was going to happen. I told you. Let me break it down and give you all the sources. Let's go. Welcome to the Kavkas View, Braduki, and today's video is an interesting one. After the night of Pulisic, Havertz, Mason Mount and Callum Hudson-Odoi all balling out, Timo Werner being on the bench, rumours are now coming out that Chelsea are strongly considering selling Hakim Ziyech. We'll get into those rumours. Fikayo Tomori's move to AC Milan looks like a foregone conclusion, with Pioli coming out with very interesting statements, and I'll tell you why these are super important. We're going to talk about Christian Pulisic, Kai Havertz, Mason Mount and Callum Hudson-Odoi, and why this is the way that Chelsea need to approach next season. And we're going to talk about our top 4 chances. Stay tuned, let's get into it. But before we get started, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. The road to 10K continues. We gotta love it. Yesterday's win was fantastic. We're all very happy Sunday. So hit the like button. In the comments below, let me know, would you sell Hakim Ziyech? Because you're confident enough in the options that we have. Personally, I'll give you my opinion after. So for the last few weeks, I've been telling you guys, right? The formation we're currently playing, we have too many players and someone is going to become surplus to the requirement. And it turns out that the right player is Hakim Ziyech. It is reported that Chelsea, after investing 230 million last year, are openly, actively trying to go and spend more money. However, you know the way Chelsea's model works. If we go to spend, we have to sell. Part of the reason they feel that Hakim Ziyech is surplus to requirement is 1, he didn't hit the ground running. 2, he's not been that productive. And 3, age requirements and style of play. Thomas Tuchel likes players that are aggressive, that are quick and athletic. Under Frank Lampard's system, Hakim Ziyech was perfect. When he gets the ball out wide, knocks it to the side and crosses it in, with men coming in to get in on the end of it. In Thomas Tuchel's side, the pressing does not suit Hakim Ziyech. He might press, but he doesn't press with the same intensity and the same vigour as the other remaining players. As you can see from the comments that are on screen, Hakim Ziyech will be considered to be sold. There is big interest from Juventus, AC Milan and Roma. All 3 clubs are actively interested in this player. I have read articles about this. There might even be possibility to send him somewhere else in Spain. Who knows? The man is a player that has got tremendous talent. The man is a player that no matter where he goes, he's going to be appreciated. It just might be wrong timing and a wrong place at Chelsea Football Club. If you think about it realistically, is he better than Christian Pulisic? He's not better than Christian Pulisic at this moment in time, in my opinion. He's not better than Kai Havertz. He's not better than Mason Mount. He's not going to be better than Callum Hudson-Odoi, who I believe you can give a more of a bench impact sub role and the versatility of playing right wing back. Ziyech is almost shoehorned into one position, and that's playing in behind the striker. So with his lack of productivity and lack of ability to break into this team on a consistent basis, I think it would be very smart on Chelsea's behalf to sell him for maybe £30 million and reinvest it into an area of play where we need some strength and depth. Maybe a centre midfielder, maybe a centre back, or maybe even invest into the Haaland fund and get us a proper number 9. The Fikayo Tomori move is one that's been aggravating a lot of us. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you already know how I feel about Fikayo Tomori. I feel like the man is the real deal. He's got everything you need in a centre-half. He is a player that gets disrespected because he came out of our youth. Whilst I'm not a full advocate of playing youth for the sake of playing youth, I am an advocate of playing youth when they're better than the options that we have. And for me, Fikayo Tomori never got an opportunity at Chelsea, and it led to Chelsea loaning him out. And now that they've loaned him out with that stupid buyback release clause of €30 million, Milan would be stupid not to implement it. We've already had Maldini come out and rave about him and speak about his attributes. We've already had people like Fabio Capello saying if De Ligt's worth 80 million, Tomori's worth 120. And now we've got Stefano Pioli, yeah, the manager of Inter Milan. Do you like my pronunciation there? Stefano Pioli. Yeah, he's coming out and he's making great statements about Tomori. He's openly reiterating that they want to sign this player, and for that fee, even if they're in financial difficulty, it is an investment. You put that 30 million on the table and you can flip him in 6 months' time or a year for around about 50 to 60 million pounds. This player is only going to develop with game time. This player is only going to become better with game time. And eventually, when he makes his return to England, that fee will be inflated and the talent on his head is going to be fantastic. Let's look at other examples of players that have went abroad that are English and came back later on in their career for a bigger fee. If you look at Ola Aina left Chelsea, joined, I think it was Torino, redeveloped himself in a year and a half at Torino. Started playing left wing back, started playing left centre back, started playing right centre back. He's a right back and a right wing back naturally. Now he's joined Fulham and he has cost them a lot of money and made Torino a good profit. This is what they need to be doing. There's a lot of young players that have gone to Germany and have come back for a bigger fee. Ademola Lookman is another example. Jadon Sancho is the notable example that when he returns to England, he will be worth at least 80 to 90 million pounds. And the fee, the initial outlay they put down on him was worth it. So now this is why I think Milan is a no-brainer for them to sign him. It's one that we've missed out on, and we could potentially re-sign him in the future. Your only hope is Milan miss out on Champions League football and they don't have that money, full stop. But even if they don't, I think they'll sell a player in order to generate the funds to keep a Tomori. On to the next story, and the next story is regarding yesterday's game. The game yesterday against Crystal Palace was a decisive one, and it was really encouraging. I think it showed us the element of how we need to approach the remainder of the season and the style and the vigor we need to go with. I think the game against Porto is going to be perfect for this. I believe Kai Havertz, Christian Pulisic, Mason Mount need to start. I think Callum Hudson-Odoi at right wing back might have to miss out, and you go again with Reece James for a little bit of defensive solidity. But I think we're a completely different side when Callum Hudson-Odoi plays on the right. The energy, the enthusiasm, the ability to beat a man off a dribble is incredible. It's like having another attacking player in the final third. Then you have Ben Chilwell, who's really developed his game, and now you're looking at Christian Pulisic adding the goals that we know he can. Christian Pulisic could arguably average 15 goals a season in the Premier League if he plays every game. And the reason I believe that is because his fourth goal is a chance that he gets on a regular basis. His ability to dash his body on the line and not care if he gets hurt or not is fantastic. Kai Havertz openly came out and spoke about how he loves the false nine role. It gives him a sense of availability and being involved in the game, and it's something that he likes to do. For me, he's an upgrade on a Firmino. The way he plays, the way he acts, he is the personification of a modern day footballer, a modern day striker. You don't need to be the goal scoring, magnificent, productive player. It's the impact you have on the intangible stuffs, the runs that you make, the ability to bring other people and find the runs, the key passes. Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi are the future of Chelsea Football Club at this moment in time. You look at Mason Mount. Mason Mount is the captain without being the captain at the moment. The guy leads by example. The guy plays to a tremendous high standard. He gets good goals. He gets assists. And more importantly, he's vocal. And I like that in players. He's growing of age and you can see it. I can only imagine what he's going to become in 2 years' time after numerous Champions League runs. Because this is the next stage for Chelsea, in my opinion. It needs to be Champions League run. It can't just be one semi-final and then we miss out for the next 2 to 3 years. We need to start getting into the tendency of quarterfinals minimum. No matter what happens, we get out the group, we win the last 16 tie, and we go into the last 8. And then from the last 8, it depends on the draw, right? Because if you get Bayern Munich, it's a little bit difficult and you can expect to lose it every now and then. But if you get a Porto, if you get a Barcelona that's not informed, it's something that you need to be looking at. I've seen a lot of people complain that we need to start focusing on the league more than we're focusing on the Champions League. For me, I think there needs to be a balance. The balance needs to be right. For example, yesterday he played a strong lineup. Part of the reason why he played such a strong lineup is because he knows we have to win that game. The Porto game, we know we can't take it easy and we can't take it for granted, but at the same time, the squad is big enough and the rotation is strong enough where we can assume to have other players in the magnifying picture. So if you look at it right now, we need to balance the squad right. For the next game, we could easily play a Timo Werner, we could easily use a Hakim Ziyech, and we can easily use a Giroud. While they're here, use them. Next season, it will be difficult. It will become more difficult to keep these players on the bench. But until the summer, whilst there's an opportunity to win a Champions League and FA Cup, these players will be busting a gut to play, and even if it's a little role, they will want that on their resume. Look, I know Hakim Ziyech and Timo Werner are most probably down and annoyed that they're not getting opportunity. Timo has been getting the opportunity, so is Hakim. They haven't taken it by the throat of the neck. Yesterday was a great step for Pulisic, Mount, Havertz and Cho, and they laid down the marker. But this is something they need to do on a consistent basis. If they do it on a consistent basis, we can start respecting it. We can start saying, okay, this is our definitive team. No one's done it. They usually have one good game, one bad game. One good game, one bad game. And for me, in the long run, it's not good enough. We need to get a consistent flow going. That's why a lot of people are always reiterating, we need to sign players that are 24, 25, 26, players that are coming into the pomp of their career. And for me, That's the right way to go. Sometimes that's where you need to invest. At the moment, we've got a lot of young players, and I think the players coming in need to be certified ballers now. We don't need no more projects. We have the project. And that's why I believe if we do sell a Timo Werner or a Hakim Ziyech, I would understand it. I don't want to sell Timo Werner because I think there is a player in there that could get you goals and numbers. But at the same time, I do not believe that we cannot not upgrade on him. If the opportunity comes to upgrade, let's do it. But it needs to be with a more productive player. But these are my views, guys, and I want to hear yours. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace out. Bye.